Commit is calling me. Gabriella speaking. Hello. Yes, I'm speaking to them right now. What do you mean? I'm not giving you a tone. I'm just stating that. Yes. I will let them know. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just saying. Okay, fine. Alright. Do you see? Do you see what we have to go through? Because you've decided you don't want to commit anymore to your goals. You don't want to commit to your life. You don't want to commit to yourself. How are you supposed to enjoy life if you've got lack of commitment? Because every time you're going to see people flourishing, you're going to be reminded of how you never committed. And I'm so over taking your phone calls from Commit, who is buzzing up and blowing up my phone, complaining that you are delaying them from reaching their success. I'm over it. I'm literally over it.
And it's okay. You've gotten the pep talk. Relax, calm down, take a deep breath. Breathe out. Because we've all been there. I have been there myself. You have been there.
Yes.
But what's most important is that now that you know, you do the changes so that you can actually commit and flourish like the people who have committed.
Mm-hmm.
I am so thankful to God that He did not give us what we thought we wanted way back when. Because let me tell you, we didn't have a cooking clue of knowing our identity. We were actually a shell of a person. That's like the best way to sum it up. And thinking about what we wanted back then and the type of responsibilities all of that would have brought, I'm thankful to God that He didn't allow it. Because my goodness.
It would have been a hot mess. It would have been messy. Messy. Oh, guys, and to think of our generation like this, we are living in an instant gratification time where we can go viral overnight, and that is actually very good and very great for our entrepreneurs out there. But what about you building along the way? You know, as fast as it can come, it can leave also. And that is what I have realized, that those times of character building, those times of tests and trials are actually in your favor. But when you adapt the mindset that Jemima shares of the universe is conspiring for us, you have that sense of ease and relaxation. And that should be your driving force of knowing that, you know what, as long as I commit, as long as I have tunnel vision and I know that this is working for me, I am bound to succeed.
So to give you a little bit of an inside scoop of where we were when we thought we wanted the things that we want right now, it's basically all the glamorous big things that everyone wants when it comes to having a business, okay? You want the store, you want the hundreds and thousands of clients, you want that consistency of money coming into the bank account.
That's it.
And, just being known and having your business being a success. But little did we know, all the responsibility, the planning, the knowledge that we needed to acquire first before we could get what we thought we wanted at that time. And I'm grateful to God because He showed us, you're going to take a different route. I'm actually going to help you build your character. I'm going to actually help you build your identity, to know who you are, because in a world when it comes to business, you need to have a backbone, okay?
Oh, tough
You
skin.
need to know who you are. You're not going to let people walk all over you, okay? You actually need to know your business. You need to be about your business. And that's something that we didn't have at that time.
We were watching everyone and listening for validation and wondering if we are actually fitting in with what would be considered a good business on the outside.
Yeah, and the people in our lives at that time, they were telling us things, and right now where we are, there's no way.
They are out of the picture.
There's no
Point
way
blank,
they could
period.
even start being and saying things like the way they were saying back then. But I'm so grateful because, you see, we didn't listen, because it has brought us here. And that's what I'm also so grateful to God for, because we were able to listen to him. We had that common sense to listen to him, even though we didn't know who we were. And he has led us here.
Amen to that. Practically how that can look for you is going through a time of, they say go ghost, but that's actually just you, okay, another cliche, locking in and being one with God, your identity in him, and focused on what you yourself would like to build. That's what helped us. We were isolated. We ended up zooming in on what we actually wanted to do. And from there, we ended up moving. But from that, it had to come with the silencing of people's voices. I cut a lot of people out of my life, and so did Jemima. Intentionally, trust and believe. I was not going to go and carry around dead weight. I said no baggage, and no baggage it was. We moved, and we didn't tell anyone that we moved. A lot of the time, our generation, we want to show everyone what we are doing. The first thing we wake up in the morning, oh, I'm brushing my teeth, and it's just too much information that you might be thinking, oh yeah, but it's so good to be vulnerable. You guys are being vulnerable, but we aren't sharing everything, right, Jemima?
We know the laws of the universe. We know, just believe. You're not getting every single detail, okay? You're just getting a bit of the inside scoop.
Yeah, what we allow you to hear and know about us. I love it when people think they know so much about celebrities, but if you really think about it and use our brains, they are not telling you every single thing about their life. It's a facade. It's to keep you going. It's like that carrot and a rabbit. So once we did that, that's when another whole new world opened up in our lives. God decided, you know what? You're going to live here. You're going to do this. You're not going to keep the same people around you. You're going to learn this skill. And things just opened up. But what did we do in the beginning that was so significant? We committed. If we hadn't committed, we wouldn't even be here right now sharing what we are sharing via YouTube with you. So I'm going to ask you right now, what did you say you were going to commit to in the beginning of January when everyone was just like vision board, self-concept board, mood board, new me, haha, reinvention, hoo-yah. And you have actually left it now that we are in September, 8 months down the line. And this is not to bash you. This is actually to encourage you to get with it again.
And like Gabriella said, it might take you cutting off people. And it might be difficult in the beginning. You just have to accept, actually, you know what? This will help you. When it comes to negative and positive things that you perceive in your life, become neutral to them. This will help you.
Yes.
And it will help you even attract the good things that you want in your life. Become neutral to that, because this is life's process, okay? There are things that are going to be difficult for you to do and things that are going to be easy for you to do. But what matters is that, is it getting you to where you want to be? And most importantly, is it helping you become the person that you would like to be?
That's right. There are stages in our lives that some of us at an early age we experience before maturing in age. But count that as a blessing. For example, I don't know what stage you are at in your business, and you might be thinking that you've made a mistake. What I do know is that if you don't quit, you're actually bound to succeed.
Yes.
I've actually seen people who have chosen a career path or made a business that they were never really fully into it, but because they had that tenacity and they pushed and they literally committed, they won. And then they sold the business and then they have millions and they go on to actually doing what they really love. And they also commit and then they sold the business and it goes on and on and on.
That's something that I actually want you to really zone in on. Like, if that's the one thing you take from this video, take that example, because I promise you, it is bound to work out. You are bound to succeed when you don't quit. It's the law of the universe.
Amen.
It has to happen.
There's always seed time and harvest time. It's the law of gestation. Whatever you sow, you will reap. This is something that you cannot go away from, and you might as well use it to your advantage. You know, the universe doesn't really care about actually your character, whether you are a good or a bad person, but it works in your favor when you know how to apply these laws. I can speak of an example that actually previously happened this past weekend when I was working, Jemima, and I'd shared this in my previous video in our previous video titled Rejection, of how a lady basically directed me to a certain place where she, in her opinion, think it would be a better suit for G&D. And I knew already that was quite BS because whatever, never heard of this place. So obviously it's not to our level, and it's fine. We actually were saying it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, God saved us. Rejection in that case was protection.
Yeah. Actually, thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah. And when speaking to someone this past weekend when I was working, they happened to speak about that place, which was not at all to our standards. And they was trashing it, saying, how can they go to such a place to get this? It's not even great. Like, what kind of place is that? Oh, and they were going on ranting. I'm not going to give you so much details, but the point was, when I was listening to this person speak poorly about this place, I said, thank you, Jesus, because I knew that place was not for us. And God will give you those hunches, that knowing that this isn't meant for you, because what's meant for you will always be for you, unless you decide for it not to be yours. How powerful is that? That's committing to the fact that I know my worth. I'm not going to settle for anything less than.
Yeah.
It's commitment on every level, every part of your life. Are you lacking in one section of your life? Then don't do what the world calls shadow work. I honestly can't deal with that term. It's subconscious work. What are those limiting beliefs that you have that are tied to money, that are tied to success? Are you subconsciously worried that if you have too much money, you won't be able to manage it? Because that can be stopping you from receiving that. Oh, this is so good. Like, honestly, when you decide to commit, then doors will open in your life. You'll start realizing that, this is actually something I need to work on. This would never have been a conversation we'd be having if we hadn't committed to our goal and reached this point in our life. You are where you are for a reason. So you might as well get comfortable and figure out why.
And what I will start by saying is, you know what? This is your life. You're showing up for yourself here. So the best thing for you to do and where to start is actually committing to yourself.
I love that.
You know what? Because you will forever be with yourself.
That's it. Let's talk about it. That's it.
You will forever have a relationship with yourself. So you might as well develop a good one. And you know what? You might as well develop a great one. Because that's going to help you with everything else that you commit to in this life. You got to believe in yourself. You got to trust in yourself. Because the world is a reflection of who you are. If you are having difficulties in certain areas of your life when it comes to trust, take a look at yourself. Do you even trust yourself? Because that's actually what the world is showing you. And it will continue to show you that until you learn the lesson and move on.
Trusting yourself can be you giving yourself little commitments and following through with them. And once you start trusting yourself, you'll end up having, like Jemima has said, the world open up to you. You don't have to go and think, oh my God, now I have to enforce a whole new mindset. How am I going to do this? Need to meditate, need to visualize, No, relax. relax, because we did that. We went through and did the most. But actually, we didn't start with God first. If you actually just go directly to the source, God, and say, you know what, I want to see all your promises, and use chat to your advantage. And then you start seeing all the promises of what God says you are, of who He says you are, and He says you are. That will ignite that fire, that boldness of a lion, to make sure that you get what you desire. Fuego.
That's it. Because we've said it before. I'm pretty sure we've said it in previous videos about the whole thing. If you don't know your worth, the world is going to then try to tell you your worth. And that is such a dangerous place to be in. But you know what?
They will literally become trash. Because when people don't know their worth, they allow people to walk all over them like rubbish. As you saw in the beginning of the YouTube video, we scrumpled up the word commitment and we threw it at the camera so that you can actually understand that a lot of commitment has gone out the door. It's trash. Meanwhile, you're throwing out your keys to success. You know, that really was something that went off in my mind, that God actually said, my people aren't committing. They're not committing to what they said they wanted to commit to, and then they literally accomplish nothing.
And then it's that whole thing of, but God, blaming God.
Oh, yeah, it's like, why didn't you help me? It's like, I sent you Gabriella and your mama Noki. For example, on YouTube, you listen to their videos, you didn't apply the strategies. And who knows, God knows how many other sources He sends us in order to aid us. But we're sitting there, we're scratching our head, biting our nails, watching YouTube videos after YouTube video. And the biggest scam is when the old frequency convinces you that you need more knowledge in order for you to grow. Meanwhile, it actually starts from within. What are your subconscious blockages? Do you know? I'm serious. Jemima's laughing, but do you know? Do you know? Why is it that you haven't gotten even the smallest thing you said you would get for yourself? We got to ask ourselves these tough questions, because that's how the needle moves. Yeah, I've shared with them what I needed to share with them.
So we thanked God for what did not happen at the time that we thought we wanted it. But now I want to thank God for the things that He's actually done for us.
That's it.
Because, my goodness, what you're seeing here right now and who we are, you can feel the authenticity. You can feel the confidence. This is not fake.
I love it.
Okay? And this is a testament to God's work in our life and what we've also done to be the person that we are today and to have the business that we have today. So don't let things where you really want to happen in your life, but it didn't happen. Don't let those things get you down. Because
That's
trust
true.
and believe that there's always something better for you. And I love that. I love that belief system. Because like Gabriella said, like I always say, the universe is conspiring for me. It's conspiring for you, for your own good specifically. So when you actually have belief systems that benefit your life, watch how great things are going to happen. And expect it fast. Expect it fast.